Hey Krutik, how's it going?
Hi Prateek, how are you? I'm fine.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you. Before we get started, if you could let everybody know who you are, what you do, what your future aspirations are, if you're comfortable sharing any likes or dislikes, anything and everything you're comfortable sharing.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Krutik Modi from India, and I like now I'm getting my graduation in event management, masters in event management, and I have my BBA degree in event management as well. I have an experience of 3 years in this field. I have worked as an freelancer. Other than that, I'm just a sportsman. I play football, cricket, badminton, and swimming, and that's it.
That's pretty much it. Um, in terms of any future aspirations, is there anything that you've thought about yet, or are you still like, is that a work in progress?
Regarding my future, I have my plans to open a company down the line. I guess after 4 5 years.
Hmm.
Still, I have just joined my masters over here. That is a 2 years course. After that, I might pretty much like I will work for 2 years at least, have a job experience, and then I would like to open my own firm in event management itself.
Nice, nice, nice. What about event management wanted you to um, choose that as a degree path?
Okay, so basically, when I was in my 12th grade, we had this college fest going on, and I was a part of it, and that, I enjoyed working in the fest, and that was the time I worked, I guess, 120% of my potential, and I felt that this is the field which will excite me more, and I started digging into it after that, and I got a degree course in it. Then I opted for it, and 3 years, I don't know when did it pass. And working in events is like it's like a dream come true kind of a thing. It's like enjoyment as well as hard work.
What about event management excites you?
Okay, so basically, the excitement is like every event has its own, set of objectives. There is new things that you learn in every event. There are new client, new people, new cultures. So this thing, I guess, excites me a lot about each event. The location itself has a different place. So I guess this is it.
Yeah, the other day, sorry, I'm gonna put my phone on silent. The other day, when we had briefly met, we were talking about like destination weddings and things like that. And you mentioned your interest in like, or the fact that you've worked on organizing a couple of those. I'm just curious for maybe it's common a lot more now than it was before. But if you were to sell a destination wedding to someone, like in terms of explaining what it is, how would you sort of
Uh,
um, sell it to someone?
Okay, so basically, I would any day prefer a destination wedding. If my friends or anyone ask me which is better, a destination wedding or like same city wedding, I would just ask them what is your budget exactly, and I would try to fit them a good destination wedding in that budget itself. Because having a destination wedding is like. Uh, Basically, in destination weddings, you just invite the close one, the people which means you a lot. Okay, so that was the concept initialized in the beginning. That destination wedding means we'll just take a bunch of people who are really close to us, and we'll just go have a celebration outside somewhere 3 days, no work stress to anyone, nothing. We'll just enjoy the celebration and then come back. So this was the concept of destination wedding, and I guess it is pretty much good and experience of lifetime, which like I have done more than 25 30 destination weddings till now, and the feedback what we get from the guests, and the enjoyment, and their faces tell it all. They enjoy it a lot, and that's the difference between a city wedding and a destination wedding. So I would like anyone to take a destination wedding itself.
Hmm. Are they becoming more common in India, destination weddings?
Yeah, now though it's like a craze going on for destination wedding. Uh, Everyone just wants to do a destination wedding. You can like you just go around to college and you just ask them. They are like, yeah, I'm planning for a destination wedding, or I have to attend this wedding of my sister over in some XYZ places. So I guess, yeah, the craze is pretty much going on.
Hmm. Hmm. For you, like as an organizer, since you mentioned the fact that you've organized quite a few destination weddings already, what is the huge difference between organizing a destination wedding versus a wedding that's held in the same city?
Okay, so as an organizer point of view, uh, we actually, what you say, while you make a wedding in a city, it's easy for everyone's access, and there are more number of guests coming to that wedding. So the wedding, what you say, the wedding total guests are pretty much more. But when you compare it to a destination wedding, it might be a number somewhere around 200. 200, 250 is the maximum like packed or number of people going to come to that wedding. So the less the people, the more easy for the organizer to organize a wedding, because handling a lot amount of people might turn out that everyone have their own interest. Like you cannot, what you say, you cannot please everyone with the same concept going on in the wedding. So if there are 100 people liking your concept in the wedding, there might be 50 people disliking it, 20 people neutral. So less amount of people is like a trait to an organizer, that we don't have to get along with guests now every now and then. We can just handle it easily. But if there are 1,000 people coming and 500, 600 people coming, so it's a mess. And then you need a larger place, which includes your, like, which will, what you say, add on your costs for the place, for the rent. So that's all what we keep in mind. So whenever we are like with the client, sitting with the client, we just the first question we ask is what's their budget, and the second question is like how many people are you willing to invite. So then we can, tell them, okay, if you are planning for getting 200, 300 people, then in this budget we can definitely go for a destination wedding, which will somehow create a good name for you also in a society. Because in India, destination, like wedding is something that people always discuss about. Wedding is something like people use as a show off thing nowadays. So if you have done a destination wedding, it's like a trait to you. Like everyone tells, oh, his son got married in Mahabaleshwar, his son got married over in Udaipur. So they are like big people, they are doing destination weddings. So this is kind of a trait which you get. So it's always preferred from an organizer point of view also, that we can give the best to our clients, so that they get happy and they give a good word about our company, and we can get more clients.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of weddings in India are, like you said, that show off wealth, to sort of show. I mean, not everybody is sort of thinking just about that. Of course, they're thinking about other things, but a lot of it also comes with that. They try to make it quite extravagant to, I guess, appease to the people.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know, what are some things that you have to tell your clients that your clients are not thinking about when it comes to organizing a wedding?
Okay, so basically, the main problem or the main thing that we have to explain them still is that why do they need an event manager? Okay, so basically in India, I guess back then, 10, 20 years back, the system what they followed was our relatives will handle our wedding, and we'll look after your, like, we only will plan our wedding and we'll execute them, and we'll be into work. So the basic thing still back there, I guess, towards smaller cities, when we go towards smaller cities or the client are from small cities, so what we need to pitch is why, like, what is the difference when we plan their wedding as an event planner or when they plan their wedding. So the first basic point comes is that they are free to, enjoy their event, to enjoy their wedding, whosoever they might be related, like, whether it's her daughter, son, or, cousin. They are stress free. They just have to enjoy their wedding, come dance, enjoy. The entire stress work or entire vendor work or follow-ups or everything is taken care by us. So you don't have to worry every time. I call pandit, call the transportation agency, call the decor guy, there are less flowers over here, this, that, running and all. That's everything taken care by us. So this is the main thing that we discuss, I guess. I guess many of the event managers would agree on this, that this is the main thing, that if we show this to the client, I guess there I guess we have cracked our deal 80%, I feel. Then it's just that why we should hire your company rather than their company. So you just need to show them the vendor work or your previous work, or you can just tell them how your guests have given feedback about your company and all that. So that's just a competition kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I haven't been to a ton of weddings in the past 5 years since I've been here in the US, but I'm curious to know, are you noticing a trend where more people are hiring event managers to organize their weddings for them? Or, and you can speak from your perspective of organizing it more slow in the West and the northern part of the country, but I'm curious to know, like, are people doing it more now,
Yeah.
or are there some people that are still skeptical about it?
See, there are always two kind of people.
Hmm.
So now that the trend is changing, now that the this generation is all about social media, and I guess, Instagram and all this, people have got more, like, if they have a back thinking, then to their kids will be like, okay, we are just hiring this manager, this, or this company. I have seen their work, I have been to a wedding of my friend and I saw their work. So the trend is changing now. The younger generation are like convincing the older ones that we are just going to hire an event manager. So yeah, we are getting the increase in the rate, definitely. But yeah, somewhere when you go to a smaller city, as I told you, still they are like backing behind. But maybe down the line, I guess after 4 or 5 years, they might also change, or even the trend in the smaller cities will change, definitely. Because I guess in last 5 years, when there were only one or two weddings happening by an event manager, now the number is around 20 weddings, 30 weddings. So the number is increasing. So I guess it's the main potential market what we can see as an event organizer point of view.
Hmm. Is that why you sort of see it as a business aspiration, to where you can start a business that does event management, like because of the fact that it has that potential to grow?
Yeah, definitely. It has a potential, and even I come from a small city, and I see the scale of event happening, and the event managers there also. Like, we don't have that many skilled event managers over there, but there are events happening on a big scale, and people are spending in our city also. And I guess that could be a great market in future, when once I finished my education and go back. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this market increases day by day, and that would be a great help for all the event managers out there, as there are very quiet, like, what you say, there are very less number of event managers, certified event managers, I would like to mention, like educated ones, who basically know the entire process of event management. Because I have also like seen the work of an educated event manager and just an event manager, and the difference between their work is like you can easily see that. And I have seen that on couple of events when. So basically what we have is, sometimes in some events it's like from bride side there is a different company organizing it, and from the groom side there is a different company organizing it. So I had been to this, I wasn't part of that event, and in that event I saw that the bride side team was not a professional event manager team. So when we saw their work, we saw their coordination, we saw their dress code, and the way they speak and everything, you'll get to know that okay, this they are not professional event managers. They are just okay. They have just taken some freelancers from different streams for the sake of that wedding. So that's the difference I felt, what I saw. So I guess the qualified event manager plays an important role.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, like in terms of the education you mentioned, in terms of the knowledge and the experience, like, I mean, knowledge doesn't come like right. Knowledge and experience don't come right away, right? Like you have to be in those situations. You have to like maybe intern or get some experience working with a group of professional event managers to learn what you need to do. So I see what you're saying in terms of how having that information and having that knowledge and that experience can create a better product in terms of something that you're offering for your clients. 100%. I'm curious to know, this is slightly deviating from topic, but it is connected to the topic. When you get married, or if you choose to get married, would you organize your wedding yourself, or will you hire another event manager?
I I don't know right now, but yeah, I have actually had a sort of dream or a thought about it. Like when, like you said, when I get married, what should I do? Like rather I should organize it or I should hire someone else. But yeah, I would definitely want some of my friends in the industry to organize it, and I would be at an back end role in the planning and plotting stuff. But yeah, I would definitely want to enjoy my wedding. So yeah,
Hmm.
I would just trust my friends or someone to take over that wedding and play a back end role in that wedding.
Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, for those of you listening and watching, I should have maybe mentioned this initially, but Kritik and I met each other through school in Udupi back in 2015, correct?
Yeah,
2015,
2015.
yeah. 2015, 2016. So we went to the school together called Sharda Pre-University College. Kritik was in 11th and I was in 12th. That's how we met each other. So let's talk about that since, it's been a while. I mean, we briefly spoke off air the other day about it too, but some things that we can share with the listeners and the watchers. What are some memories that you carry from your time at that place? I know there's a ton, but what do you want to
Yeah.
share?
Uh, so I just remember the day how I met my seniors was like I joined the college late. I guess 2 weeks. I was late by 2 weeks, and so the day when I joined my hostel over there, so they didn't have rooms. They were like they were full of room. Like all the rooms with my classmates are full, so I had to share my room with some juniors of I guess 6, 7 standard kids, and they had just given me a room over there. Then it had been a week. I just requested them that could you please shift me from kids to my college area or somewhere or the else. So that's when I met my seniors. Like the sir told me that there is only one bed available, but that too with your seniors. And I was like, okay, I'm fine with it. I'll just look after myself. That's it. And so I remember sir calling our one of our dear friend Aditya. So he had called him and he like gave him a warning, like this is your junior and he's going to stay with you, and you just have to take care, and better you don't drag him or something. And I was like, okay. And even he was like, okay. Then we went and I just shifted up like a floor up on first floor. So then that was my first night. I saw all the seniors in my room, and they were like, okay, sitting, and we just introduced ourselves, and got to know a little more about ourselves. And then I was like, okay, seniors here are like more like a brother. Rather than being scared, I should be like they are the best company I would get. And when I got to know them more, and we like used to spend every night, I guess every night together only in the room. So that was the fun part, I feel so. And when we talk about memories, there are, like he just mentioned, there are tons of memories, from bringing food from outside to escaping. I get once or twice we escaped from the hostel also. So escaping to bringing food inside, then bringing food from your home and sharing, all sitting together and sharing that food made from their mother's hand. And that's like the craziest thing. Still I remember dancing together on a fest, talent day. And there was annual day, so we used to perform together. So all the practices and watching movies in TV room. So there are many memories. Like every day was a memory.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things that we did. For those of you listening who are not aware, I'm just going to give you a brief explainer. We lived in a hostel where we weren't allowed to bring any food from outside, and be it from home or from a restaurant. And we weren't allowed to keep our phones either. We would only get it once a week, like on a Saturday, for like an hour. So we had a lot of those restrictions. So I mean, restrictions being restrictions, kids always find a
Break the
way to
rules.
get those things when they're not supposed to. So, well, just give me 1 second. Yeah, kids find a way to get those things, irrespective of whether or not there are restrictions. Which is why, like, for us at that point in time, getting food from a restaurant was quite a big thing. Oh, we weren't allowed to have any money. If you did have money, they would confiscate it. If you did have food, they would confiscate it, and things like that. So the quest for trying to get those things in itself has created a ton of memories. And also, you mentioned the ragging thing. For those of you who don't understand this Indian lingo, ragging is similar to hazing. They call ragging hazing over here. So just to put that out there. Um, were you afraid when you moved in with the seniors? I'm just curious to know. Like, I don't know if we've talked about this, but
Yeah, huh.
yeah.
Yeah, the basic idea, when I didn't knew any one of you,
Mm.
and like when you hear it from your warden that you have to move in with your seniors, so the basic idea comes to your mind is like, okay, seniors, they are going to trouble me. I have to write their note down or something, like whatever we see, whatever we hear from different experiences, because that was the first time I moved out of my house, and it was just 1 week. So I guess, yeah, the initial idea I had was, yeah, I was a little bit scared. Then I was like, okay, let's see, whatever will happen, I don't have any option. Rather I have to stay with kids or with seniors. I don't get to go near my classmates, because I had like like I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, I had a wonderful classmates, and I even have memories with them too. And they were all so good, because I remember I joined late, so they helped me out with everything, like making a new connection, making new friendship wasn't that tough for me, uh, because they were so overwhelming. And yeah, I just miss everyone in the hostel every day. Yeah, it's like we need a reunion.
Oh no, definitely, definitely. We do need a reunion. Yeah, we do need a reunion. But yeah, I mean, like in terms of that sort of ragging thing or hazing thing, whatever you want to call it. Um, I think that's the unfortunate part that comes with college, right? Or like with schools or hostels, where I don't know why it exists, but there's this dumb thing that seniors like to do, or like to ask the juniors to do. If you watch quite a few Indian movies that have colleges involved, like for example, the Three Idiots, there's a lot of examples in that movie, for example, of how seniors make juniors do certain things. Some really unfortunate, like it's crazy the stories that you hear. But yeah, it's the unfortunate truth. But anyway, we're not going to get into that too much for now. But we do acknowledge the fact that that exists and that's unfortunate, and
Yeah,
hopefully
and
that can change for the better.
yeah, and I was lucky enough that my seniors didn't drag me, and neither did they allow anyone to rag me. So yeah, they were like, so I didn't feel them around like me, like an senior. Rather than I used to always, whenever I used to call at my house, also I used to tell that I am with my brothers only. Don't take tension. So that's one thing which I really feel right now also, that all the senior, like whomsoever were like connected to me and were on my floor, or my neighbors, were like brothers to me. Everyone, like they were like brothers to me, and I really mean it.
Yeah, because like what you just said, right? In that sense that it becomes like a vicious cycle, because once juniors have seen what their seniors do, when the juniors become seniors, they do that to their juniors, and that unfortunately just continues to like become this very vicious cycle of where um yeah, they do dumb shit. But anyway, talking about like our experiences and like oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, we weren't allowed to have any money either. Oh, I already mentioned that now that I say it. But anyway, um I don't know if we should be saying the story. If it stays in here, it stayed in here because we were okay with saying it. If you don't hear it, that's because it's been cut out. But anyway, this is one time you went through a window and jumped out. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
that was the first time I broke out of the college. I remember it. Like it was the craziest thing I've done. Like start of the craziest thing that I've done in my life. Like I broke out of the window, jumped from first floor to ground floor, ran to the outside of the, I guess, our boundary wall, jumped that, brought food for all of us, came back again, and then we had made this rope from bed sheets to, like, so that I can climb up back to the first floor. So the seniors just put that from the window, and then I climbed that rope, and then we had the food. That was the first time that we brought food inside.
Yeah, I think that was the first time when you were around that we got the food. So I can explain the story briefly. Basically, in one of the rooms of the corridor, there was a big enough opening for Krutik to pass through. So basically, we sent him through that, uh, and we sent him with a duffel bag and the money. So basically, he put all the food in the bag, and we made a rope basically out of the sheets that we had. Threw that down. First brought the food up, then brought Kritik up, and then we just turned the lights on in the room because we kept the lights off so that nobody like sort of saw it and flagged it or anything. And mind you, like in each corridor or in each block, there's a warden. So, there is also that fear of like, what if that guy wakes up and catches us doing this? Because so we had to be very strategic about what time we did it at. We would do it at like 1 o'clock
One,
or 2 o'clock in
one
the
o'clock.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 or 2 o'clock, in this restaurant, specific restaurant would be open at that time. So we would basically get food from there. And yeah, then we would all just sit down all together, like 8 to 10 people, and just all of us eat our food. um and this sounds so desperate, but for those of you who like need additional context, it was because, except for some days of the week, some other days of the week, the food that we were provided in the hostels, most of us didn't like. Most of us didn't like,
It was
for one reason
mostly,
or
I guess,
another.
Thursday. Thursday's food was like the worst food.
Yeah, I feel for me, I remember Thursday and Sunday. I never liked Sunday and I never liked Thursday. Saturday and Wednesday were nice because they would prepare good food. But Thursday and Sunday, I personally didn't like. So I remember I was like on those days trying to plan. And the way we would order is, again, like, I don't know if these stories should be out there, but it's okay. We're out of there now. But
Yeah.
basically, someone would have a phone. At least one person will keep their phone.
No, no. So what had happened was we had kept a phone between 8 people. We were 8, 10, 10, 10 people. In total, we were around 10 people on that floor, and we had kept one phone. And what we used to do is we used to hide it under the switch box. If you remember, there was a
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
box in my room itself, so we had just broken it and we used to just remove it and keep inside it the phone and the wallet, everyone's wallet or cash, anyone if they are carrying, we used to keep it inside and put the switch box back, so that whenever we are in the college there used to be this checking going on in the hostel, so people don't find it in our wardrobe or something.
Yeah, because if the wardens sniffed around and found out that somebody had a phone, or if they had an inkling, they would come in and they would search your room. Basically, they would dig
Yeah.
everything up. They'll dig your closet up. They'll dig everything else up to make sure if they have a phone or not. Couple of times, like even when principals have been around and stuff, like they've come and checked too. So there is that. But anyway, yeah, basically we would use this phone that we would keep to order the food, and then that's how our whole sort of thing of getting food from outside used to work. Um, but yeah, I mean, as much as at that point in time it was probably the wrong thing to do, everybody had a lot of fun doing it. Like, I guess there's that level of feeling rebellious in school. So yeah, it was that, like, we all had a lot of fun. Like, and it would happen like once or twice a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Twice a week for sure. we
yeah,
we
yeah,
used to order. And I also
yeah,
remember that only veg food used to come for me.
yeah, yeah,
There was no
yeah.
one to share veg.
No, I think Padma was the only one, but
Yeah.
but
Then
yeah,
I
but
guess I started having it or something like that.
no, I don't think so. At least I don't remember him eating chicken. At least when I was there, I don't know if he did it before or after. But
Even I don't remember it. Yeah, but most of the time, I guess I used like I had to complete the entire vegetable by myself. So I just remember that.
yeah, yeah. Padma is one of our friends, Padmajit. I don't know if he wants the call out or the shout out, but here we go. But yeah, so basically we would do things like that. And there's this one point in time when some of our juniors, like the 10th graders and stuff, got tablets for like classwork or whatever. So I remember there were
Yeah.
days when they were able to hack into the tablets so that they could watch movies and stuff. So basically, like before, like they would close the gates, everybody would like congregate in this one room and watch a movie or whatever. And then when the warden starts coming in, everybody just shuts up shop and goes to their rooms. Because again, like at the time that they got those tablets, they weren't allowed to hack it to do anything else other than just use it for schoolwork. But then they did everything else other than schoolwork, I guess, at that point. So there have been those days too. And with the phone, I don't know if you remember this, but we would all keep our SIM cards over the weekend so that everybody could get a chance to use their phone with their own SIM card. They'd put their phone in their SIM card, or they'd put their SIM card in that phone, and then everybody would get turns, like take turns to use the phone. And do things that way. Um, But yeah, crazy times, crazy times. As
These
dull
are
as some
all
of these times are. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
this incidents are like when we hear it now, we feel like, oh, what the fuck, like what did we do back then? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
this are like the memories. I would just say this are the memories which I possess. Okay, this incident took place. Yeah, okay. So now it's there with me. If there wasn't anything going on that night, or it was just a complete same night, like we chat around and this all stuff, then I wouldn't have remembered it. So yeah, I feel these incidents are like the best incidents that I can remember.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like even 11th and 12th, while we like to think that we know things, we're still quite childish. Like, we're still very childish. So we all did like dumb shit then. But yeah, like, it's funny to think about now. It's also funny to think about the fact that it's now been close to 6 to 7 years since we've all like actually met together. I mean, as a
Yeah,
group.
definitely.
Um,
Together, I guess in person also. I have not seen. Yeah, I have not met you after the college. I feel after you all
yeah,
graduated, we all just got separated. After that, though, I am barely in contact with anyone. I feel so. Yeah,
yeah.
we definitely need a reunion.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, after college, everybody. I mean, after PU, we call it PU back there, PU college, pre-university college. Everybody went their own separate ways and things like that. So yeah, like that happens. That happens in life, I guess. It's just part of life. But yeah, it'd be great. Like it'd be lovely to get to meet everybody together. And if they do see this, maybe we can all start talking about it and like figure
Huh.
something out. So that to where we can get together, because especially like we talked about this the other day, but Krutik went out of his way to sort of organize a WhatsApp chat. Like I remember my mom telling me that you reached out, and because she had my number after that, after you
Hmm.
reached out, so I remember her telling me that someone from your school reached out to me about wanting to talk to you, something like that, and then like Krutik tried to like put a WhatsApp group together. That didn't go as well. Like I mean, people barely talk on there, but um, it's
At least
not like
initiation.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You
kind
still
of.
got to try.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah. You still have to try. But yeah, hopefully we can all like get a chance to get to see each other, get to meet everybody together. That
I
would be
guess for
great.
that someone has to get married. That- yeah, definitely. If someone gets like the first one to get married, and you guys will be like the best opportunity to meet everyone again, if they invite. If they invite.
Right. Right, but if not marriage, I think we could all pick like a. Now we're just talking about planning, but we could all like meet in a neutral city. Like I guess a lot of people can come to Bombay, so we could
Yeah,
all meet in Bombay. Like a lot of people are close in from many different directions to Bombay. So it's never impossible. It's possible, but yeah, it's just about whether or not we want to make it happen. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe you'll hear about this. Like for those of you who are listening and watching, you'll hear about the reunion if it happened, or you won't. But there is that.
we can have a separate, episode if we are going to have a reunion,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just for
Maybe
the
I could
viewers.
vlog. Yeah, for a vlog or something. But yeah, um, but there's a lot of other memories. Like there's a lot of small memories that we've all had in that place. And while it came with its troubles, at the end of the day, I think both you and I share the fact that we have fond memories. Like we have fond memories of the place. Um,
Definitely. I also remember one of our incident. If you remember, there was a time when we used to like black out. You remember that?
I've never done it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I, it was like a trending kind of a thing in the hostel. And I had tried it. I guess everyone on our floor tried it. I don't
I
know
didn't try
how
it. I didn't
how
try it.
we didn't try on you, but yeah, it was like the craziest experience. Oh my god.
Wasn't one of the wardens involved too?
Yeah, I guess warden or sir. I guess if I'm not wrong. I guess he was involved or either one of the warden. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, but there was some faculty involved in it.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to be incriminated. I mean, it's not a criminal act, I guess, but
Huh.
um, or maybe it is. I don't know. But this blackout thing, basically, they would get you to pass out, right? And you would basically just pass out for a second.
Yeah, pass out for I guess 5 to 6 seconds, and then they used to
They
try
slap you to
to.
wake you up or
Huh,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Kids, don't try this at home. Not recommended. Please don't try this at home.
Never,
I
never.
repeat, please don't try this at home. Please don't try it ever. Not recommended. 100%. Please don't try it at home. I'll put like a word thing in here. Like, please don't try
Huh.
this at home. Please don't. Because dumb shit can happen. Like, but luckily, knock on wood, everybody was okay. Nothing happened. But yeah, I remember, like, especially there was the corridor was built in such a way that there was this open space in between like a few rooms. Um, so basically, there was enough space to where people could congregate and then do it against the wall, and other people could see that happening. I don't know if you remember that part of it,
Yeah, I
but
remember. I was
yeah,
one of them, so I remember it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
the one
exactly. I think
standing at
Dikshant did it too, right?
Dikshant.
Yeah,
Aman also, I feel. Aman also
yeah,
did it. So yeah, every one of us tried it once at least once.
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, I mean, everybody's done dumb shit in school. So for those of you who are listening and watching who were part of these incidents, um, if you'd like to, like, talk about it, let me know. We can talk about it. Um, share some more memories, just like Krutik and I are today. But no, I mean, it's great. Like, at the end of the day, like we said earlier, some of it was dumb, but they're memories that stay with you. They stay with you forever. Down the road too. Like, we now remember it after like 6 or 7 years. Like, we'll probably remember it for the rest of our lives. Because for me too, I was only there for 1 year. You were only there for 1 year. So a lot happened in that 1 year, and there was a lot of incidents that you know stay in memory. So yeah, yeah. But I mean, uh, go ahead.
There's also one more incident, if you remember. We used to like steal the bread on Sunday morning. If you remember, there was pav bhaji in the morning breakfast, and we used to just steal the bread, take it to our room, and then we used to have this Venki's chutney, which
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
pudi. We used to call it pudi.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was the crazy shit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Pudi is basically like this condiment that is consumed a lot in South India, made with a lot of spices. So basically, we would get, if like food was not great that day, we would get bread from the mess room, take it to our rooms, and then just split it and eat it. Again, like, we were not supposed to do any of that, but we would. So,
We
uh,
were stealing it, but yeah, if any
I
of
mean,
the huh,
by
yeah,
stealing, I mean, we were taking it on our plate, but then we would find somebody to pass it to, who would then take it upstairs, because there
yeah,
were like multiple entrances to the place. So they mainly served the food in front of the main entrance. So when everybody walked in, they would get the food and then they would walk towards the tables. But there was another side exit. So I think we used to use that side exit
side exit.
for
We
people
used to
to.
pass through windows also, if you remember.
Yeah,
There were windows behind our table,
yeah.
and I guess you were head of like you were in the hostel food department also, if I'm not wrong.
No, I used to serve food. I wasn't in the food
Yeah,
department, but I used to
yeah, but
serve food. Yeah, yeah,
serving, yeah, serving.
yeah,
So, like, as Pratik said, he was into that serving thing. So we used to
yeah,
have an extra benefit. So whenever there was sweet, or there was chicken, or there
yeah.
was any special limited items,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
used to get it double, triple because of Pratik.
Yeah, yeah, because I
So
mean, yeah,
it was like great.
yeah, yeah. Because kids would volunteer, like, again, just to explain for those of you who are not aware, kids would volunteer to serve food at night, like, because the cooks and everybody, like, they come and bring the food out, and some of them serve, like, they're there too to serve, but kids also help. So I was one of the kids that would help. And yeah, like, for helping, they would give us a little extra and stuff, so we would make the most out of it in that sense. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, I think there was a level of deprivation from certain things, so we would try to do all of this stuff to make things a little easy, make our hostel life a little more
Ah,
enjoyable and fun. um
I guess
But
we were the one to break the most of the rules, I feel.
oh, I don't think so. I mean, I think everybody's broken rules. Like, I mean, we're not the only ones. Even the juniors have. I
Yeah.
think the only thing is that the juniors were probably not as good as doing it, because a lot of the juniors would get caught, and once they get caught, the hostel departments crack down even more. They would do like some things to minimize the amount of people using phones and all that. So, I think everybody broke rules. Again, I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but a lot of people broke rules, and yeah, some kids even got caught for doing some
If
things.
if any of our sir or warden is watching, we are really sorry right now.
Yeah, we're really sorry. We're really sorry. I mean, I know we're laughing about it now, but it's all in retrospect. Just sort of laughing at how dumb we were as kids. But yeah, I mean, if there is anybody watching right now, any other professors or any other wardens, um, my deepest apologies as well for doing any of the dumb shit. Didn't mean to trouble you in any way. We were just being shitheads. So I apologize for that. 7 years later. But no, yeah, like at the end of the day, I think there's also that, like for some things that we did, we do feel sorry. We do feel bad that we did that. Um, but I think at that point in time, we're not thinking about the consequences of it. We're just thinking about, oh, we need to like feed ourselves, or we need to do this something or do that for ourselves.
Yeah,
So
it was just needful and we just fulfilled it. That's it.
right, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, this is fun. Like talking about all of these memories, like they're bringing a lot of memories back. So this is great. So I mean, thank you, Krutik, for like sharing everything and like yeah, willing to talk about this. I appreciate you saying yes to come on and talk about it. So yeah, this is
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
I guess I got pretty late, but yeah, it's definitely a best thing to, come on your channel and give this memories to everyone whomsoever is watching it. So yeah, I thank you for this opportunity.
of course, not a problem. But yeah, we're gonna go into the word association game called Bish Bash Bosh, where basically I will give you five different words, and you have to respond to each word in either three other words or three other phrases. So, for example, if I was to say hostel, what are the three things that come to your mind?
Okay.
That sort of
Uh,
thing.
uh, okay.
So,
So
hostel is not the word, but that's just the example.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the first word is differences. What are the three things that call out to you when you hear the word differences?
I guess religion,
Okay.
mm, differences in racism,
Hmm.
racism, and differences in, I guess, gender equality. These are the three
Hmm.
topics which I have seen a lot in India, and
Hmm.
maybe you may also relate to it. And I guess this revolves around everywhere. I feel so. So yeah,
Hmm.
differences. My three words would be this.
Okay. What are the three words that come to your mind when you hear the word nuance?
Sorry.
Nuance basically, well, like, which means there's no white and black only, there's a lot of gray. Like, it's not just one or the other. There's things that we
Okay,
don't
a
see.
neutral kind of a thing.
Sure.
Okay. I hmm, I guess neutral is the word which
Okay.
came to my mind first. Uh, Other than that, I feel mm, I don't get like I didn't get any word other than that. It's
Okay.
just neutral revolving in my mind right now. Okay, I
Okay,
guess
that's
it's
fine.
fine.
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. The third word is learning.
I guess there's no age for learning. Uh, Learning is like you can learn everywhere, anywhere by noticing anything, and I guess people should never stop learning.
Mm, beautiful. The fourth word is the empathy.
Empathy. Okay. I guess empathy. I use this word in front of my clients. So the first one to come in my mind are my clients.
Hmm.
The second word would be, or the second phrase would be like empathy. Mm, I guess it might be in events only. I use it with my vendors also. So yeah.
Hmm. Awesome. Awesome. The last word is similarities.
Mm, okay. So I guess similarities. Mm, similarities. The first thing that came to my mind was like never never judge people on their basis of similarities. Okay, if he's not good at something, he might be some good at something else. So never look for similarities in two people, uh, or many people in a group of people. And I guess similarities comes to your mind when you are checking out on a product, uh, same kind of a product, which is given by two other companies. So you just go through the similarities between that product. So yeah. Pratik, I cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted
Ah,
myself for a second. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. I muted myself because I was coughing. My apologies. But yeah, thank you so much for playing on this segment of Bish Bash Bosh Kritik. Just two more questions before we're
Yeah.
done. The first one being, how do you relate to people?
Okay. I guess relating to people is was like a tough job back then, but I guess now it has become easier, as well as it is like we say, everything has its advantages and disadvantages. So it has become easier to relate to people or to connect with them, but yeah, it has its disadvantages too. So yeah.
Hmm. Cool, cool, cool. And yeah, the last question, not really a question, but more of a request. If there's anything you want to share, like a passing thought, before we get done today, um, feel free to share.
Okay, so I know people everywhere hear this a lot, that everyone tells the same quote or anything, that travel and enjoy your time, this, that. But yeah, I would like to just say it once again, and I guess my kind of a phrase, that it's not important just to travel, it's important to, enjoy it. Like we say it, the journey is much more beautiful than the destination. So yeah, just enjoy whomsoever company you like it's alone, being with a group, anything else. Just enjoy the company, just enjoy the time, because you never know when, touch food, but when when is your last time, you never know. So like I would just like to say, if you have anything on your bucket list or anything in your mind, and you are like, okay, I'll do it at an age of this or this, I would rather say complete it right away. Because you never know you are going to live to that age or no. And after COVID thing, I guess everyone else will also like agree to me. Like whatever is in your mind, whatever it is, maybe a small thing, maybe a big thing, just finish it right away, or plan to finish it right away, rather than just pushing it. I'll do it in my late 30s, late 40s, because we never know when is our last day.
Yeah, yeah, very true, very true. That's a beautiful note to close off on, Kritik. Thank you so much. And yeah, once again, here's wishing that we can all have a reunion once we're all in India together. Um, so yeah, brother, thank you so much for sharing
Thank
everything that you did.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, for those of them listening and watching, thank you so much as well. Feel free to share whatever your thoughts after hearing some of our dumb stories and like stories of doing bad things in college or in high school. And yeah, feel free to share those in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much once again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Pratik. It
Of
was a
course.
wonderful time, going back through that all the memories. So it was a great time, and I guess this is a great platform for everyone to share their opinions, their views, their past history. So I would like more and more people to come to this platform and share like me. It's nothing, just you need to share your life experiences. So it's fine.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate you saying that. So thank you. And yeah, for those of you listening and watching, once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay.